This is Josh of JTH Boxing. Today I'm joined by the lethal one, Leigh Wood. Leigh, first of all, Happy New Year, and how are we doing today, my friend?
Oh, good, thank you, mate. I've had a good little break, Christmas and New Year, after a busy year last year. Been training a little bit though, ticking over, but back in full-time camp down in Essex now. Come over to see my stablemate's press conference, AJ. Massive fight ahead. Exciting time, exciting year for everyone involved in boxing.
First thing we'll talk about, what is it like having AJ around you, especially I think when we look at your story and where you've come from, to say that you're now a stablemate of someone of the calibre of Anthony Joshua, it's a bit mental, isn't it? What is it like having AJ in the gym and training and rubbing shoulders with him day in, day out?
Yeah, it's just like all the other lads, you know. He's very professional, approaches things very similar to myself. You know, absorbs information, he's like a sponge, he's non-stop learning. Yeah, nothing but good things to say about him. As a person, seems sound. Just one of the lads now in the gym.
Obviously, we'll switch to yourself. Obviously, last time out, another magical night of the Leigh Wood career. A night where people seem to almost start doubting you again, and then you just pulled it out of the bag. You got a lovely little stoppage against Josh Warrington. First of all, looking back at that night, while it wasn't the best of performances for yourself, it was a magical moment, wasn't it, when you landed that shot?
Yeah, it was it was picturesque. It was beautiful, that shot. I think everything I said before the fight happened. I don't want to bang on too much because he's been droning on. It's starting to bore everyone a little bit now. He's been droning on and saying a lot of things and calling me a knob and all this and that, but I think he's just upset. I think he's upset because I beat him. I'm the first Brit to beat him, and the fashion that I beat him. I don't think he can take it. But everything I said before the fight happened pretty much to a T. I said, before the fight, go back and watch the videos. I said he'll have a success, and that success that he has, it'll be hard earned, and I will make him pay for that success he has. And I did, and he did have success, and he was working extremely hard, and I made him pay. The fight pretty much went how we thought it was going to go. I know he keeps saying, having a laugh, saying, was it in the dossier to get punched up and knock him out? But the things that was in my scouting report, I don't want to give it away now because the fight may happen again. But knocking him out in the way that I did it is pretty much in black and white writing in text, and I'm going to share it one day to make him look like a knob. The moment I knocked him out and everything that went around it without giving too much away, it's there in black and white. People have showed, my friends, close friends and stablemates that have seen it. It's actually quite unbelievable that someone's wrote that, and it's dated back in August. Someone's wrote that down, and on my video, my scan report, it's quite unbelievable. But just let him crack on, let him think that it's because he dropped his hand or whatever he thinks, but it's so far from the truth. But hopefully we'll run it back, and I'll do a quicker job, sorry. It's hard to do a better job. Do a quicker job at the City Ground, fulfilling my dream. It's in the club's hands, Matchroom have done everything they can do now. It's in the club's hands. If for whatever reason that can't happen, which hopefully it can, if there's some reason it can't, then I don't think that Josh rematch will happen. I think I'll pursue a world title at super featherweight, but we'll see. I'd love it to happen.
Do you think, obviously, before we turn back to Warrington, do you think the move up to super feather is something? Obviously, it's no secret it was needed. You're a fighter. It can be seen that you struggle on the scales when making 126. Do you believe this move to 130 is the perfect time to make this move in your career?
Yeah, perfect time. The only thing that was keeping me at featherweight was my world title. Kind of established myself pretty quick. Won it, defended against Mick, and then there was a lot of. I struggled from when I won it, to be honest, to make the weight, but. I had to stay in there because I had the belt and I didn't want to get rid of it. I didn't want to vacate and move up and chase fights. I had to keep winning. The names was at my weight as well. So yeah, I'm glad I came through it, and I did it at the right time. And even though the last few fights and last few times making weight it was hard, I did it. And it's going to be a breath of fresh air for myself with that extra £4. It don't sound like a lot to normal people, but it's going to make a massive difference to me, and you'll see it on Fight Night.
Obviously, just turning it back to Warrington, obviously the first fight didn't really need much selling just due to the fact you had the massive clubs behind you. Do you feel the rematch is even bigger now because of all the stuff that he keeps saying? Obviously you reply, do you reckon the fight is a much bigger fight now than what it was before?
I don't know. I don't know if it's having the opposite effect. People have just the replies I see, and when I get tagged in things, and I just think people were sick of him droning on about what happened and blaming the ref and saying he dropped his hand and I had the rub of the green, and he's so far from the truth. And you know, he keeps saying, "Oh, he hasn't gave me my respect. He hasn't said like, you know, congratulations, you won fair and square, you knocked me out, let's do it again." Basically, what he says is, "Yeah, you did knock me out, but yeah, you beat me, but." There's always a but. There's always with Josh. There's always a but. But it didn't make any difference to my life one bit. I know what happened. I know why it happened. He doesn't, and that's why if we fight again, the same thing will happen again. And it's quite funny, but I think everyone's just sick of him droning on. From what the comments I'm reading, sick of him droning on. And if I get the opportunity to shut him up for good, then I'll be happy with that. I think a lot of people will be happy with that.
I guess my final question is going to be, if you have any message to Josh directly, what would you like to say to him? And is that the fight seems to be looking likely that it's going to be next? Eddie wants that fight next. If you've got a message for Josh, what is that message?
I've got nothing to say to him other than stop doing videos and stop turning into a blogger and getting in the gym training, because you're going to need it if there's a rematch.
Leigh, thank you very much for your time as always. I'm sure we'll speak again very soon.
Thanks, Tommy.